guys! So I am finally home at last from uni and I would love to do a bookshelf tour for you guys. Now I actually have 2 bookshelves at the moment. I will be getting a 3rd one in the next few weeks. Eventually my books will actually be spread out a lot more than this. At the moment I've condensed them all so that when I get that new bookshelf I can spread them all out as I want them. For now, this bookshelf is all of the books that I have read, and this bookshelf is all of the ones that I have on my TBR and they need to be read because I own them all and I haven't read them, I just haven't got around to it and I really want to. Some of them are really good. So today I'm going to show you the first shelf of my bookshelf, the part of the bookshelf that I have read, because I don't think there's much point in me showing you my massive TBR. So let's get started. This is part 1 of my bookshelf tour. So first I have 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. This book is a contemporary read about a girl who is dead and sends all of her friends cassette tapes about the events which led up to her death. Next I have The Looking Glass Wars, the trilogy by Frank Bedell. This includes The Looking Glass Wars, Seeing Red and Arch Enemy. These 3 are amazing books. They're based on the story of Alice in Wonderland and they are a contemporary take on the story with some fantastical elements. It is a really good trilogy. I highly enjoyed it when I was about 15, maybe even younger, and I just thought that they were amazing reads and I really want to get around to rereading them sometime soon. Highly recommend. Next I have The Painted Man, which is the first in the Demon Cycle series by Peter V. Brett. This book is one of my favourite of all time. The whole series is. This is the only book in the series I actually have in paperback, but I do intend to get them all in paperback or hardback as soon as I can because I truly love this series. I think it is phenomenal, so I highly recommend it to all of you. So these next 2 are by Trudy Canavan. They are The Magician's Guild and The Novice. They are a series of books which I do own the 3rd one of. I haven't got around to it yet. It's called The High Lord and I read them at the start of this year. I really enjoyed them. They're basically set in a world where magic is only practiced by wizards, and to be a wizard you basically have to be a noble. It is very rare that anyone who is poor or lowborn has actually ever become a wizard, but of course our main character is a wizard. So it's really fun and enjoyable reads. Then I have The Sea Sisters by Lucy Clark. The Sea Sisters is a contemporary book about 2 sisters, and one of the sisters commits suicide and the other one refuses to believe that she would ever do that and goes on the trail of her sister in her last few months to find out what exactly happened. It's a decent read, but not my favourite. Next I have the first 5 books in the House of Night series by PC and Kristin Cast. They are Marked, Betrayed, Chosen, Untamed and Hunted. I read these a few years ago now. I do have 3 more in the series, but I just have not got around to them. I do intend to finish the series someday because it was a decent series, but it is one of those series that drags on and on. I love the covers. I think the pattern designs for them are really interesting. The girl herself I'm not so sure about. The story is fun for maybe 13, 14-year-old girls, I would say. It's all about this vampire school and what goes on in the House of Night. So these books are the Noughts and Crosses series by Mallory Blackman. They include Noughts and Crosses, Knife's Edge, Checkmate and Double Cross. I love this series 100%, still can say that I love it. I probably read it when I was in year 7 maybe. Very young, I was only about 11 or 12 and it was probably my first ever book series that I read, and I really remembered it, stuck with me. It's all about racial discrimination, and it was a topic that I'd never come across, and it's about one black person dating a white person, and in this world they're called noughts and they're called crosses. And black people are superior in this world to white people. They are the crosses, noughts are the white people, and basically it is a romance, but it's also a big adventure, and these books are just phenomenal, and I think that they really don't get enough praise. It's borderline between young adult and middle grade, because they are just amazing books and I would still enjoy them today, I'm sure, if I reread them. Highly recommended if you are in middle grade or if you are still in school. Next I have some Malorie Blackman books. I have The Monster Crisp Guzzler, Dangerous Reality, The Deadly Dare Mysteries, and Boys Don't Cry. I used to love Malorie Blackman. I haven't read some of her stuff for a while now, but I really enjoyed her work, and I thought that the Deadly Dare mysteries were really fun. They were all about some dare games that kids used to play, and they were very intriguing. The Monster Crisp Guzzler is a really light-hearted read, really fun. Boys Don't Cry is another really contemporary read, but also kind of an adventure read all in one, which is very similar to the Noughts and Crosses series. Next I have the Molly Moons series, or at least I think this is the series. There might be another one that I'm not sure about. But this includes Molly's Hypnotic Holiday, which is a really short book in the series, Molly Moon's Incredible Book of Hypnotism, Molly Moon Stops the World, and Molly Moon, Mickey Minus and the Mind Machine. These are some really fun books. I used to have them read to me by my parents when I was very little, and then I also started learning to read with some of them myself, and they are really fun. They are about a mind-controlling orphan who is named Molly, and she's a very strong female character and a really quirky one. Next I have City of Bones, City of Ashes and City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. They are the first three in the Mortal Instruments series. I loved these three books. I highly recommend them. I think that they were phenomenal. I read them all very close together, and the storyline is just phenomenal, and it's really good. So if you haven't already picked these up, you definitely need to. They are the best ones in the series. Then I also have City of Lost Souls and City of Fallen Angels. Both of these I have read, and I think that they are very good. I just didn't find them quite as enthralling as I found the first three, because I found the first three to be much more interesting, and I read the three of them all together, whereas these ones I picked up when they came out at later dates, so I think that is why the consistency of the story wasn't there for me. Next I have Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, which is the first one in the Infernal Devices series. Now this is the only one in the Infernal Devices series which I have actually read, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I just haven't got back round to reading it. I know that Clockwork Princess is meant to be phenomenal. I do have Clockwork Prince, the second one in the series, so hopefully I can get around to this fairly soon. We shall see how we go. So here I have absolutely loads of books from when I was really little. They are all Enid Blyton books. I was a massive Enid Blyton fan when I was little, and all of them are books written by her. I have the Faraway Tree series, I have some random ones, I have Malory Towers and St Clair's, and I've got some mysteries, secrets, adventures, and especially I loved the Famous Five, so I have quite a few of them. Then I have The 18th Emergency by Besti Byers and The Midnight Fox by Besti Byers. These two books are just fun reads for kids. They're very short, and they're both sort of adventure stories about a boy who in one of them has to face a bully, and in the other has to help rescue a wolf. So they're just really short reads, and they were really fun when I was little, learning how to read. Next I have Lewis Carroll Through the Looking Glass. That's actually my mum's copy, which has her name written on the front of it from when she was very young. And then I also have the complete illustrated works of Lewis Carroll, which I think is just a beautiful edition, hardback. I've had it all of my life really, and I just think it's stunning. So there is one of the illustrations. Next I have The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is a classic read, and it is also one of my favourite films. I love it every time I see it, and the book is just as good, if not better, because that is what the film is based off of. This is a story about a girl who goes to live with her uncle, and she discovers lots of different things at his house, including a secret garden, and it's about the transformation of that garden when she comes to live there. And finally I have Tithe, which is book 1 in the Modern Fairy Tale series by Holly Black. This book I read a few months ago this year. I didn't mind it, but I wasn't a keen fan of it. I thought that the characters were very unlikable, and a lot of people have said that, so I do have 2 more in the series, but I'm not sure when I'll get round to them because I didn't enjoy it that much. But I am keen to check out some of her other series because I know that they're meant to be a lot better. So that was the first shelf of my bookshelf. There are plenty more to do, and I will aim to do all of them by the end of December because then I'm going back to uni and I won't be coming home again for a while. So that's part 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually arranged my bookshelf so that the ones I really like are at the front, and then the older ones or the ones that I don't like so much are placed towards the back of the shelf. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you for part 2 as soon as I can possibly get it done. And there'll be a lot of videos coming out in December because my sister wants to film some stuff with me, and I'm just going to be experimenting over the month of December with different editing and different styles and different tags and all sorts of things. So if you have any suggestions, you can leave them down below, and I will definitely try and get round to any tags, any questions, anything that you want to recommend. And if you've seen any books on my shelves that you have read yourself or that you want to read and you would like a recommendation, especially on this side because these are the ones I've actually read, then definitely message me down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I do try and reply to everyone, so I will get around to you as soon as I can. And thank you for watching, and I shall see you guys soon. Bye!